Some word on the newest Great Rift mode, newest hero here, release, Ashtar Unique Legacy. So excited, AWESOMEPIECE here. In this video, I'm going to be going over the patch notes for the game King Godcastle. We are in season 56. This is the half season, halfway mark. Ashtar just released. If you didn't see my video on that, we did check that out in the beta. And it didn't look like the numbers changed too much. We will see if we have another, hella mistake. But this is a new hero, in Mage of the Rift, Ashtar. Now, just check out the video. I did do like a little gameplay thing really fast to get it out, and we checked that in the beta, and she is the third sister. This chick might seem familiar to you if you play Great Rift a lot. I know there are a lot of Great Rift players out there, and she is the third sister, right? So you have Neath, you have Athena, and now you have Ashtar, and she is pretty unique, and I will say, where the heck are my potential abilities, AWESOMEPIECE? I just need to keep on complaining about it, right? But basically, she's North Mystique, right? And she has this interesting targeting that doesn't exist in the game, right? So you can see right here, and of course, if you saw my video on it, you guys know what's up. But she targets the first thing, right? Normal targeting, cool. When she does her ability, it's like a 3x3 ish. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's like 3x3. It's a range, right? It's like a AoE range from the first target, and it actually travels all the way to the furthest target. So you can see here the first dummy up front at the top, and then all three of them are hit because it's actually anything in the path between that first target and the last target, and the ability applies to all of them, right? So you have her potentials and stuff. And now I don't have the game pulled up or anything. This is off the top of my head. So she like strips beneficial effects, which is really great. And she's like a debuffer thing, and she mana shreds. So she mana shreds. So think of Bardry's Second Awakening or whatever, Discord, but better, right? And she shreds, she stuns. If they have zero, there's all these conditionings, right? But she mana shreds, she can stun, and the targeting is really strong. And she shreds beneficial effects, and depending on her awakenings, we haven't even talked about her awakenings yet, she can give mighty blocks, and she has all these crazy effects going on, and I think she's gonna be pretty dominant. I will say, because it's mana, essentially AoE mana shred is very strong. We only see this mana shred in the game a few times, right? So you have like Bardry Discord Awakening, and then now you have Ashtar, and then you kind of had an inkling of this with Sargala, right? Sargala, with her third hit or whatever, right? I can't remember, but she shreds the mana, right? And this is incredibly strong, right? Mana shred, interesting, right? Hopefully they kind of, don't give everyone this because it's very oppressive. So you have mana shred and you stun. It's kind of crazy, right? So there's that, and then I think they go into more, but this is her unique legacy, right? And her unique legacy, it's good. This is like the first, I always say that this is always like the first time for a legacy, but this is kind of like the first legacy kind of where I don't inherently think that you need this legacy to be good, right? Because how I look at it, right, obviously players have different perspectives. How I approach this is that Ashtar herself, her base kit, what she does, just legacy aside, utility, like what she brings to the table, like on your team as a flex slot or whatever, it's great. Mana shred, you can do some stun lock. It's kind of like a Leica, right? I picture her being really strong in arena, right? Really strong in arena, like think of it like a Leica, right? But also she has a lot of this damage baked in her kit where she could do invasion, right? And of course, depending on your player, you might weight invasion way more or whatever, right? It's Kinggodcastle, right? You guys know the drill. So unique legacy, it essentially you have a boosting damage, right? So you have more spell crit more spell damage, right? And you have defensive capabilities, right? And this immune to crowd control is mainly for bosses. Like, it makes her kind of viable, quote unquote, for bosses, because bosses can't get CC'd, right? Besides like Neath Frozen and things like that. There's some niche cases, right? But this allows her to, quote unquote, be viable against bosses, because like she can stun people and things like that, and her kit is based on stun. In the past, when you had someone like this with this kind of kit, with bosses, you're just like, well, GG, right? GG, you can't stun them, and the whole kit is based on stun. So now they actually try to incorporate some factors where, well, I mean, there's a lot of people that use Blade Crown. There are a lot of bosses, like say, for example, in Great Rift, right? There are a lot of bosses. So let's try to make it a little more viable when you're facing these CC immune kind of targets, right? So that is cool. I like to see that. And then more damage when you restrict movement, because she's like all about, like, you know, stun and things like that, right? So it's not inherently like, oh, it's Omega OP, right? Like, she herself, I think, is OP. Like, by feel, I don't think you need this, right? Like, it's not like the stun effect. The stun effect isn't baked into the unique legacy. Like, the unique legacy just gives you more power, like more quote unquote damage. Like, so this can stack up 5 times. Like, now, you know, take it a grain of salt, right? Take it a grain of salt. We don't know if there's gonna be another Hela situation, right? I think they want to avoid that. But this can stack up to 5 times. So that means that with max, you get 40% crit, right? We mathin'. Spell crit damage, that is 60%. So you get 60% crit damage and 40% crit chance once you reach max stacks. You know, of course, given that you are, like, you know, actually seeing or restricting the enemy's movement to get that. So it's just damage, right? It's not like a crit. Like, for example, like a legacy, right? Like a legacy gives him the fear, gives him the stacks, gives him the fear, gives him the damage reduction. Like, it's so essential to the kit. This one, I don't think it's essential to the kit. I really don't. Like, it's definitely, I mean, which is a welcome change, right? Like, the kit is, like, all the unique stuff is baked into the character already, not in a unique legacy. So I hope that they kind of go into more of this direction, which I know they won't, but let's be real. But this is kind of like the first one where I'm like, okay, all the unique effects, like, does it give you the, hold on. Yeah, awakening abilities. All right, okay, look, awakening 1, right? When she does her Magic of the Rift, that's her ability, she goes to the nearest ally and then grants both herself and the ally 3 mighty blocks. Incredibly strong, especially for you guys who play, you know, say, for example, Strive. You guys know how strong mighty blocks are. And then with the blood sword, crazy cool. Neath also generates mighty blocks for herself. And yeah, it's a lot of synergy and it's crazy good. Like, this effect could have very well been caked into this. Imagine that, right? And that's what we have been seeing historically since the legacy has been released. So that is very cool that none of this crap is baked in, right? And then, of course, her second ability is a sister one, right? And a lot of people might be interpreting this as a bug, right? So Magic the Rift, her ability stuns the enemy regardless of MP at the beginning of battle when Athena is on the battle field as an ally, and then you get more final damage to the target if they are immune, blah, 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 right? So this is the sister synergy, right? So you have Athena, you have Neath, now you have Ashtar. The second awakening ability is like a synergistic one, right? That kind of play into each other. So this one, because of the wording, I can see why some people might think it's a bug. So at first read, you might think, oh, so at the beginning of battle, it is a guaranteed single stun to everybody, right? So, like, it's because it says at the beginning of battle, she stuns regardless when Athena is on, right? So some people might be interpreting it that way. All that means is that, so no, it doesn't work like that. All right. So you don't get a free AoE team stun for whatever seconds at the beginning of battle, just straight up. You don't get it for free. What it's saying is that her ability it bypasses the condition. So and we don't really, do we see the condition? Hold on. Let me I don't have the game pulled up. Boys. Let me see. If the target, yeah, this is the condition. If the target has this many, this is a scaling, scaling number, this much MP or less, they get stunned instead of removing MP. That's the condition of the stun on her ability, right? So that person needs to have very low mana to get stunned when Ashtar does her ability. Okay, that's the condition. Okay, just some context here. So then her awakening, her ability with Athena is that it will stun regardless. Okay, and forever, like as in like it takes effect in the, I don't know why they have this wording needs to be actually deleted. Like imagine it saying Magic of the Rift stuns the enemy regardless of their MP when Athena is on the battlefield as an ally. That actually tells you everything you need to know. Why is at the beginning of the battle even exist? This phrase does not need to exist, Awesome Piece. Take it away. It's so confusing. Anyway, just imagine if at the beginning of battle did not even exist. So that means that her ability will stun the targets regardless of the MP condition thing, right? When Athena is on the battlefield. That is the wording that it should be. This part is the part that makes it confusing. And then on top of that, she gets boosting final damage if the target is immune, right? So very cool. It is not as strong as I had hoped, right? I actually like this one way more. This one is so strong. It is so strong. Holy. And I'm going to venture to say that, I don't know, actually. This is really strong too, actually. I will say that in arena, this will be used for sure. And this one obviously will be used anywhere else but arena, basically. I think so. Unless you're using like this specifically as a, Ashtar carry, right? Which is a really cool idea where Ashtar is like this flex thing where you can use her for utility and all this crap, right? But she has all this capability to be a carry, which is very interesting. So those are the two awakening abilities. And then they're also releasing Niath's second awakening ability, which is the synergistic effect with Ashtar. So now it's full triangle, full triangle. And of course, it's very simple. So she gains 50 void per second at the beginning of battle when Ashtar is on the battlefield. And a plus 50% skill amplification for 5 seconds for all allies using the smoky effect, right? So very good. This is very good. Like this is amazing. This is amazing. Look at that freaking void, boys. It's actually crazy. Actually crazy. I love it. I freaking love it. Now with this, now you don't have to have, now with all three sisters, I think is very strong. I would actually argue that that Ashtar plus Niath is kind of crazy. I will say that these two together, right? Because Athena isn't in, there's not a synergistic effect with, there is, but it's not as crazy, right? Like, so for example, if you're running Niath, you run this, so you need Ashtar, so you run Ashtar, and obviously you don't have Athena, so you don't use this, so you use this, which is strong in itself, and you're good. You're good. And Ashtar is not a high void like Athena and Niath. It's 45. That's it. 45 void. I do see like if they wanted to nerf her, they would increase her her void activation capacity. So, but she herself is really good. So I'm going to assume, like, I play Athena a lot. I'll give myself credit. I'll give myself credit. I think I bled Athena back into the game. You know what I'm saying? There was some hidden potential there. Then a lot of people are eventually figuring that out. So I'm happy Athena is getting some love, care, and attention. But in my opinion, you're gonna see a lot of Ashtar plus Neath in the near future. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's my prediction. You're gonna see a lot of Ashtar Neath, right? And I'm pretty sure Ashtar is not a whatchamacallit, hero lock. But in Strife, for example, you're going to be saying Ashtar Neath probably. So we will see. It's very interesting. We shall see how that goes, because this effect is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I will want to see. This effect is crazy. I wanna, now they might do this in the future. I have no clue, but I do see them possibly nerfing mighty blocks to be scaled with a man. People is gonna hate it, bro, but it's gonna scale with overtime. So it's like a ticking damage when it's kind of like how evasion works, right? Evasion goes from, you know, whatever to, and if evasion did not scale with overtime, bro, like it would, Kadam would be so much higher. But imagine if they scaled mighty blocks with overtime, and it ticks, you know, once every whatever second, and, you know, mighty blocks is 100% going to be shredded, like one per whatever at a rate. I think that would be more balanced, since there's so much mighty blocks in the game now. And I mean, a lot of people would freaking hate it, bro. But with this right here, where you can generate this amount of mighty blocks, I think it might be necessary, man. So don't be surprised. You know, you heard it here first. For those of you who watch the videos, all right, I'm a freaking prophet. You know, what can I say? What can I say? So there's that. What else did I miss? Let me scroll up real quick. We did miss this. So this is the advance notice of the Great Rift data reset. Okay, in preparation of the upcoming new content, Dimensional Rift. That means it's almost greenlit to go, boys. They are ready for it, man. Like, you know, you can watch my video. They released this. If you guys have been under a rock, they did talk about this in one of those dev video showcases, right? When they were kind of talking about the upcoming content. There's a video on my channel, check it out. But Dimensional Rift is going, so Great Rift is going to be a singular mode. They're not going to touch it anymore, right? They're not going to touch it. It's like a perfect product in their eyes, TLDR, right? So it's going to be there. For those of you guys that like it, there's going to be there. Now there's going to be like a second, think of it like Great Rift, I don't know, 2, right? It's not really Great Rift 2. It's like a different thing called Dimensional Rift. Dimensional Rift will, I mean, of course, everything might have changed since they talked about it, but when they did talk about it, it's going to be a mode that has legacies involved, accessories. I'm assuming you can get it in, obviously, in the mode, right? And you can equip it and all that, and it has unique rules and everything, just like how, you know, why you like Great Rift in general, right? So Dimensional Rift has that. And they were teasing stuff like weird stuff like, hey, what if you could combine a bow and a sword? What would you get? So you have like unique items. So it's very interesting to see this. So it is around summertime when they were saying that it was going to be released. So with a advance notice, they are getting ready to pump this out, which is really cool and really exciting. That means it's actually going to happen eventually, right? Very, very soon. So it's just saying that Great Rift play data will be reset, blah, blah, blah. And it's not saying that your achievements will be reset. Okay, boys, this is just meaning that your Great Rift runs currently in progress will be like basically deleted, right? So say if you're, for example, you're on the last floor in Great Rift right now and you didn't, you know, you haven't played it since this date, and then this date happens, that save in progress, whatever run that you were on is going to be deleted basically, right? It doesn't mean that your Great Rift like challenges and everything will be reset, all right? At least I don't think so. But yeah, that's just saying that. And It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Official release notice and patch update on June 18th, boys. Oh man, that's very exciting. That's very exciting. That is the next season, right? That is season 57 or whatever. So very exciting. There's that, and then is that it? Wait, blah 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 blah. Half season, man. Take this crap away. I hate it, man. I hate it. I'm grinding it, boys, but this. It's just no skill, bro. No skill. Just pump out. Just press play. You just need to play every day. Put in time. Get points. Profit, right? Put in time. No skill. I hate it. I freaking hate it. And you're like, oh no, it does take skill, bro. I mean, let's be real, man. What you don't know, what you don't know. Let's be real. Arena second half is gonna be Mystique North, of course. Ashtar, North, and Mystique. Neath is also North Mystique. Who else is freaking North Mystique? Obviously Athena. Man, I'm gonna be playing Athena, bro. You're gonna be seeing a lot of freaking Athena, Ashtar, Neath. I'm telling you right now. But a lot of people will be playing probably. You'll always see like the Belita. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm an Athena player, so in Arena specifically, and I'm trying to think of other comps that might be used. I mean, of course, Mystique in North, you always think of like not Sarah's, freaking, what's his name? Kanak. A lot of new players will do Kanak sucks, bro. Like, don't do it. But you're gonna see Kanak for some reason in lower elos for sure. At least in lower king. Don't do that. You're still probably and with North being in the mix and with the sisters being hot on the presses. I don't think you're gonna be seeing a lot of Hanzi. I mean, you'll still see it, but Tia, like all that stuff, it's very weak against like Athena comps, in my opinion. I'm telling you guys all the high level secrets, all right, all my secrets. Yeah, I don't know. There's not many others. Like, I know, like, off the top of my head, like, Belina's a North, but, I mean, Belina's not it's not the damage one, right? It's just the increased health one. So, there's actually not that many. There's not that many off the top of my head. I mean, in terms of damage, right, as a carry, right? So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. And then, of course, this will be increased to 120. This is the limited skin playlist on my channel. Of course, you can check it in game as well, but I'm still going to be releasing it. This, if you care about it, bug faces. Anyways, I'm getting this one here. Well, let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Ashtar? What do you think about the new Dimensional Great Rift? That's what I'm excited about. This one. Bro, I'm gonna be grinding this so hard. Give me the feels that I felt when Great Rift first came out. Like right now, it's kind of old. Like there's definitely like a big honeymoon phase with it, and then you get to a point where, all right, you have most of the achievements, and you're just kind of doing the same thing over again and all that. So, I am very much like Great Rift was one of my favorite modes of all time. Right, it was amazing, and then there was like a limit, right? You definitely, there's a cap of enjoyment for that for sure. Dimensional Rift, man, I have high hopes. Anyways, thumbs if you like this, subs if you loved it, and I'll see you next one, boys. Later.